Yeah.
And so he's been looking at swing deals and captive retentions and all sorts of weird and wonderful things around transportation risks. So it's trying to just say, okay, well, there is an issue in the market, but is there a better way, or is there an alternative solution in a non-traditional sense?
Okay, I think that's something. I know Risk and Insurance magazine, who I also write for, are often looking for angles for captive stories. So I think that could be something to explore for them potentially. So stepping back just to sort of the traditional insurance side. Obviously, you said you're getting inundated with requests. So that's from companies who've presumably seen capacity dry up or prices just go out of control and they need your help, right?
Yeah. So I think there's two parts to it. One, there's a danger that because you're the sort of the new guys in town, we have no legacy, and therefore we're not conflicted by anyone where we have a particular set relationship, and therefore, sort of other brokers might have to sort of be managing the expectations of some of their retail clients, because all of a sudden it might be going to 2 or 3 different brokers, and they're all trying to access one London market, one London broker, and they're saying, I'm sorry, I'm already engaged with retailer A, so I can't work with you. So I think there's an element of McGill that they know we're not in bed with anyone at this stage, and therefore sending it through to us in the hope that we can help them. And also there are some very, very strong relationships on our on our cargo team, financial lines, etc., who have been, and our construction guys who've got true US focus. So there's a mixture of the two, but I think the relationships that we have on the floor within McGill has meant that a lot of our guys in our cargo team, our construction team, our financial lines team are constantly saying, can you help on US casualty, because they're going into RK Harrison and they're being told, sorry, we can't work with you on this one, we've already seen it from X, or we've gone through the market and we're getting no joy, so can you guys find the solution where no one else can? And I think that's where we are getting asked a lot to help on US casualty, and we're willing to do that, but we've always said just be aware that we need to have true dedicated focus, and we are hopefully months away from being able to have that.
And which lines or segments within US casualty are currently the hardest to get placed in the London market? Obviously US business is a huge part of the London market, but because of the poor performance, several carriers are sort of tightening up, aren't they? So where would you say are the real kind of pressure points?
So the ones we're seeing, and I think this would be true of anyone, which is in that transportation sector, so anything where there's a heavy fleet in the US, any kind of risk where there's a heavy auto component to it, that's a struggle.
Yeah.
But in construction, definitely that's an area where that's probably the area that we get asked about the most in terms of construction, and in particular residential seems to be the area that everyone is either running away from or will only participate at certain levels and charge through the nose. And then when you get into New York contractors, because of the labour laws, again, that's another area that the market is finding incredibly challenging. And that's been our introduction really into the US casualty world, is comparable to an international placement. The same risk in Canada and one in the US doing the same business sector and the same revenue. One will charge $50,000 for a $5 million limit, and